All right, this is Nostrovini in the big situation here. Deport the man. Bear cries to boot Bum Khalil, the instigator of much anti-Semitic situations in our high schools and our colleges. He's a Palestinian activist who's come to destroy America from the inside out. And he thinks he's entitled to be here. Man is pro-Hamas, one of the worst peoples in the world. Hamas is probably in microcosm as bad as any creeps that have come down the road. And I'm talking creeps. Other people have killed more people, but nobody in history that I know was given specific orders to terrorize people and publicized it, and then got support from a ragtag bunch of brainwashed excuse the language, I don't want to use assholes, but oh, I did it. This is for kids, and I'm cursing. They got me cursing. Don't want to curse. Naughty, naughty. That's all I gotta say for the whole thing. This guy, he did these liberal judges that let him stay. Let him stay. Like you have the privilege to burn the American flag. I'm a nationalist. I think if you burn the American flag, maybe we should burn you. Or at least take a baseball bat to your head. Yeah, they're wearing masks and they come in there because they're the refuse of the Middle East have come to here to give their hate against the Jews. They want a worldwide program against the Jews. You know what? Jews fight back, and they're fighting back in Gaza and in the Middle East. You kill a Jew, you kidnap a Jew, you torture a Jew, then you get the back at you 10 times over. I'm all for what now who's going to clear out that cesspool called Gaza. Clear it out. Don't let nobody back in who's not going to be noise. That's what you can do. And it's not genocide, it's self-defense, as far as I'm concerned. And more good news from the Post. Disney sells in a war versus Star. So there was a Jeannie Carano has karate chop of those. She's just such a beautiful Amazon, big bosom woman that I love. If only I was younger, and if only she had bad taste, I could make it work with her. Yeah. But they because she said that basically if you're a conservative, you're on the outs. It's like being a Jew in Germany before Nazis came to power, which is true. The only thing is, I to correct Serrano. If you put in here, if you kiss enough liberal ass and you grovel to them, you may be able to convert to their psychotic opinions and be okay with it. If you're a Jew in Germany, you know how you said you apologize for all the terrible things your people are supposed to do, you still ended up in a very bad place. So in that way, it was worse, as always, for the Jews to be Jews because they're identified as an oppressor and the instigator of the revolution and everything in between because they're very educated people and they tend to get into authority positions. And if things turn south, either the whole society them get the blame. It's scapegoat. The scapegoat, I don't know, it's a biblical thing. I don't know about the biblical things that much. I didn't read in the Bible. I know just a bit my religious um, teachings that I've gotten are from the Ten Commandments, and basically you're whatchamacallit, you're King of Kings. Jesus was a blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy. That was one of the miracles. Yeah, you would think, hey, he's a little dark. He looked like a little beige and a little Semitic or at least a Puerto Rican. But no, blonde, blonde. Yeah, I know this because I seen them all. Tries to kill you should be booted out of this country. You have no right to be here. You're trying to overthrow the government, and you're encouraging people to beat up other people. Get best. Yeah, Harlem's having Legionnaire's disease. A few things happened there, and yeah. Um, yeah, they got three cases, and God damn it, if you get more. Sometimes, uh, sometimes the. Oh, could you close my door, please? I might get loud. Thanks a lot. Man, Muhammad Aziz, the communist, is slamming Cuomo for down phone chat, supposedly, where he's encouraging Cuomo putting his endorsement behind Cuomo. The Mr. Handy Dandy. Yeah. And look, let me tell you something. The guy that Trump should come out for is Curtis Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa. You don't need no, you can't get moderate Democrats, or you can't get, look, don't try to get moderate Democrats because they're splitting the vote. Between Cuomo and Adams, Mr. Corrupt, they're splitting the vote. But if Trump, with his magic touch, comes all right for my Curtis, it's going to be a very good thing. Ah, now the Post is saying endorse Adams because he's the lesser of two, three, or four evils, rather than the commie. Now, the commie might work out because he's going to destroy the city, and maybe that lesson has to be drilled home to the rest of the country that communism does not work. There'll be a war, and it's tough. I'm behind enemy lines, but that's the story. That's the story. Endorse against Apple. Endorse, yeah. Endorse Adams' appeal. Yes, he's improved things certain amount, but he's still a liberal. He's still left wing. You have to totally get rid of the sanctuary city thing, and that may take cutting off the money to New York City, and that's rough on me because I'm here. uh, Eric cuts to Chase in Brooklyn. Yeah, he's trying to get support by moderate Democrats, because even moderate Democrats are realizing that the Communist Party is not a good thing. I'll tell you what, and I do not speak with president. Andy Cuomo is denying that he goes to the president. Denying it. Cuomo, you lost already. And I'm not talking about the molesting of the staff. Oh, that was the hypocritical part is you're telling everybody else they can't molest it, but you're full-time molester. That's not right. That's not moral. That's not the good thing to do. No, this is what you're going to do. It was the killing of God knows how many people by forcing them into COVID dens, and the COVID people into old folks' homes. That's what you're doing. And also keeping people from their families, people from the church, people from regular things that have been open all the booze places. Bastard. Army shooter organized. Apparently that army shooter who shot at four people on the base was a disgruntled a man of color. Now the thing is about this is he also is probably a paranoid schizophrenic, so he was reading into things that weren't there. That's the thing, you're encouraging nuts to be nuttier by saying, "Oh, there's racism in this country." No, there is. It's a myth. There's virtually no racism in this country in terms of whites being racist towards the black man or the brown man or the yellow man. It's the truth. It's the truth, and you don't want to hear it. But the truth is, this thing is going well. No, January 6th FBI big can. Yeah, all those FBI guys who persecuted the January 6th heroes, they're out of the job, and they're not gonna get the pension they have to time. Good. It's lucky you're not in jail for all the things you did for those patriots. Uh, oh, Jasmine the ghetto fucking Jasmine Lafredo. Yeah, she has no class, and she keeps on using the student potty mouth. She's a little potty mouth. That's all she is. She's one step below AOC. And AOC is a whore for the internet. She produces a lot of money, you know. But she's going to run for president. That would be a Jazzy and AOC as president. And both funny is they're running to fat. They're getting fat. Yep, yep, yep. Jassy was looking good. I think she's having too much of chitlins or something going on there. She's trying to meld into or she's prey. We don't know. No, but she's gotten real fat. She got a belly on her, and she never used to have that because she's living the high life. That's what it is. She's eating the high life. And she's eating a lot of fried food, trying to meld in with the lowest. Bad rap for lazy Jasmine. She's lazy, according to, and she makes her staff cry. And all she does is want to hang out in her apartment. What a woman. Trump's taking action. Yeah, he's taking action. He's going to do a census now. We'll track him, we'll follow him, we'll do him. We'll rearrange the whole situation. It's all at war. People have a sense of humor. The ladies of the WNBA, whatever the female thing is, where they terrorize the poor white girl who actually make baskets. Well, they're having they say pay us what we're worth, and most of them are lesbians, and they're throwing dildos on a trial bank. I tell you, this is a crazy world. It's a crazy, crazy world. Now this is the New York Post. I'm going to the almost Post in the tail. See how it goes. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to look down. Every time I do that, I'm like, oh, look at my eyes. Okay, let's see if we can do this. The war I see. Oh, 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 oh. The more I love me, the more I see me. As years go by.